A very enthusiastic morning to all my dear children of class 4. Welcome students, this is Sunita Gupta and I teach you social studies. Hope you all are enjoying online classes and are working hard after a long break from studies. Let's get started with the first term syllabus. Take out page number 6 and mark the lessons. Lesson number 3, Introduction to Civics. Lesson number 4, A Good Citizen. Lesson number 8, Introduction to Maps. And lesson number 11, Important Cities. Lesson number 3rd we have already done in regular class, and today we'll read lesson number 4, A Good Citizen. Children, let's start the chapter number 4, A Good Citizen. I hope you all have revised the previous lesson number 3, Introduction to Civics, and you might have memorized all the question answers and exercises. Now, before we start the lesson, can you tell me what is a citizen? Yes? A citizen is a person who legally lives in a country and has the rights and protection of that country. Means that person who is born here, like you are an Indian and you have the citizenship of India. Why? Because you are born in India. An American person has the citizenship of America because he is born over there. Is it clear? We also learned the characteristics of a good citizen in previous lesson. What are they? Can you tell? Yes, he obeys the laws, respects his country, he is also aware of his duties. What else? He is patriotic and loyal. He loves his country. He talks proudly about his country. He pays the taxes on time. Okay, all these we had already done. But now we'll study what is a good citizen. What is a good citizen? Here some of the main points are given. Let us see these points, what we are going to learn in this chapter. Responsibilities of a good citizen. Voting in elections, caring for public and private property, caring for school and public libraries, caring for monuments and caring for museums. All these we are going to learn in this lesson. And this exercise we will be doing after we finish the chapter. Now, first of all, you answer me one question. Monitors are made in the class. Every class has got monitors. So, if you are made a monitor, and you are handling the class well, that means you are a good monitor. You are doing your duties well. But responsibilities means in the absence of teacher, he can make the class quiet. Secondly, he has good communication skills, like this. So we can call that sort of monitor a good monitor. Clear? Similarly, a good citizen has the characteristics like he obeys the laws, respects his country and all those things. And responsibilities of a good citizen, that we are going to study now. What are the responsibilities of a good citizen? See here. Responsibilities of a good citizen. He votes. Because you know that India is a democratic country. And the people choose their government. Any citizen of India who is above 18 years of age can vote. So it is our responsibility to vote. We should not leave our vote. We should not think that, oh, what will, it won't affect if I will not go to vote. No, it is our responsibility to form the government, choose the good leader. Like, who is the PM of our country? Narendra Modi. So who has chosen him? We people have chosen him as the leader. Now, second thing, earlier we used to vote by ballot papers. We used to vote by ballot papers. Nowadays, electronic voting machine has come. EVM. We call it EVM. EVM machines have come. Through these machines, we have to just press a button and voting is done. Clear? So, a good citizen should understand that we can develop the country only by voting. Now comes the next point, caring for public and private property. Caring for public and private property. So, I'll tell you, private property means the property that is owned by an individual or an institution. And on the other hand, public property means, on the other hand, public property means the property that belongs to everyone. Like, suppose your bag is there. Your bag is yours. Nobody else can take. Your house is yours. Nobody else can take it. So that is your private property. But suppose school. School is not a private property. You can't say that it's my school only. Can you say that? No. It belongs to all the children, all the students. See here. Responsibilities of a good citizen: voting in elections, that I have told. Secondly, caring for public and private property. You have to care for public and private property. So, what is public property? Public property means which belongs to everybody, all the citizens of any country. So, any road. Road can't be only yours. Only you can't simply walk on the road and tell others that you need not walk on my road. It is not yours possession. Railways, parks, bridge, school, library, monuments and museum. These are public property. Clear? Now comes private property. Private property is your house, your bag, your TV, your phone, your books, your car, your bicycle and anything which belongs to you, your water bottle or any kind of thing which belongs to you only. I hope you have understood this. So let us see the difference between public and private property. So read the main points. Private property. A private property is owned by an individual or his family. A public property is owned by the government and belongs to the public in general. Understood? Only the owner of the private property has a right over it. Every citizen of the country has a right over the public property. The protection of the private property is the responsibility of the owner. The protection of the public property is every citizen's duty. Clear? So this you have to learn. This is important. Difference between public property and private property. It's important. I hope you have understood this. Now, Public property like roads, railways, parks, etc. Now, public property like roads, railways, parks, etc. Let us read about them, how we can keep them in a proper way, like what is our duty, responsibility towards these things. All these things like roads, railways, parks should be taken care of. Like road should not be littered with garbage. Don't throw any papers or any kind of thing on the road while you are going in your bus. So that means if you are doing this, that means you are a bad citizen, not a good citizen. People should not damage public properties. You might have seen in the news that people, when they are not agreeing at any point with the government, they burn the buses and damage the other things which belong to the government. So it should not be like that. Damaging public transport by tampering seats or scribbling. Some people are in a habit of scribbling or engraving their names on the metallic bodies. It's a very bad practice. So, tampering means you have understood making changes in a way to cause damages. Means they are causing damages to these things. Now, parks should be kept clean. Plucking flowers from the grass bed is a bad practice. While traveling in trains, one should practice cleanliness. Clear? You should not throw eating the chips and throwing the wrappers here and there. Dustbins are there. You have to use those dustbins. School and public libraries. School property is made with collective efforts of the school management and your parents. Therefore, we should protect it from all sorts of damage. You, the students of the school, should protect the property of the school, like desks. You should not write on the desks or on the walls of the classroom. Okay. Next, scribbling your name and all with the pointed sharp object is a bad practice. All these are bad things. Do not tear off pages from the books of the school library or any public library. You need to switch off the lights and fans when not in use. Use the dustbin. Your school ground also has some dustbins, no? So are you using them or throwing everything here and there, napkins and all, papers? No, it's very bad habit. So no need to do all those things. Whenever you are borrowing books from the school library, you need to keep them safely with care, as you would do with your own books. Now, monuments. Monuments. India has many monuments. Monuments means historical buildings. Historical buildings like Red Fort is there, Amer Fort is there, Hawa Mahal is there. Okay, all these monuments, historical building, Taj Mahal is there. All these historical monuments or any kind of forts, temples, mosques, and other places of worship or and heritage sites spread across the length and breadth of the country. So these are the Indian heritage sites where the foreigners also give a visit. So you should not spoil them. Like they pass from generation to generation. Means your parents saw the Taj Mahal. Now you will see the Taj Mahal. Then your children will see the Taj Mahal. So it should be protected. All the Indian heritage monuments, all the Indian heritage sites must be protected for next generations so that They may learn about the events and happenings of the past. Whatever happened in the past, they will learn from these monuments, scriptures, inscriptions, statues, coins, etc. As responsible citizens of India, it is our duty to protect and preserve these historical monuments and ancient sites. So, never, what you should not do, never steal or pick up things from historical monuments, temples, or any other sites. Do not harm the ancient buildings or monuments by scribbling your name or trying to engrave with sharp object on its walls. It's a very bad habit. Damaging historical monuments is a punishable offense under the Ancient Monuments and Archaeological Site and Remains Act 1958. One act was made in 1958. According to that, it is a punishable offense. If you do that, you will be punished and put into the jail. Museums are the storehouse of artifacts of ancient times, means things made by human hand. You might have seen a museum in the Jallianwala Bagh. Have you all seen? So many things are kept there so that you may see them. You can go there and see them. Whatever happened over there, it is mentioned. Some pictures are also mentioned. Something is written about them, and you are not allowed to touch anything over there. If the museum prohibits photography, do not click the pictures also. These days everybody is anxious to take pictures with their mobile. So no, if it is written there that don't take pictures, no need to take the pictures. Prohibits means stops you, prevents you to take photography. So you are not supposed to take. So there are some government departments also which take the care of these bodies, like Public Works Department, PWD, and Archaeological Survey of India. These two bodies also take care of these historical monuments. A good citizen should not only feel proud of his country but show the same patriotism and pride while dealing with foreign tourists. Foreign tourists, when they come to India, they must feel good that Indian citizens are very good. They are treating them well, and you will have a good impression on them. And what else? They will feel safe and enjoy the trip in India. So, make them feel so. It is the duty of every citizen of India to do this, because we believe in Atithi Devo Bhava, means guest is God. Guest is God. With this, we come to the end of the chapter. I hope you all have understood it. Here some main points are given. You can revise them. You have to read the chapter once again for better understanding and revise these points and learn them. Next time when I make you do these exercises, I am going to ask you the answers. How I will ask? I will ask on a worksheet. Don't think that orally you can't answer. I'll make a worksheet and ask you the answers to solve that in your rough copy or in your classwork copy. So you will have to solve it. So dear children, we'll meet soon with another video. Till then, goodbye.